Really? Want some toast?
No,
Okay.
I'm good.
Okay. What's going? Good. Hi, dummy. Dummy, dummy. Hi, dummy. Hi, dummy.
Oh. Hi.
And the dog didn't have any
Hello.
legs. I saw a diabetic kid trick or treating. I saw a giraffe who had a short neck. That was sad. Or a deer. I saw an old man get hit by a train. He didn't see it in the pouring rain. He didn't hear me shout, "Look out for the train." Because I didn't say anything. I just thought to myself, "Ooh, this is gonna be sad." And it was. I'm a genius. I saw a man with only one eye in a 3D movie. I saw a little boy drop his ice cream cone directly on his mother's corpse. I saw a kid stuck in a tree, then the kid jumped off and he hung himself. I saw a boy who had red hair. I went to a store looking for something to buy, but they only sold paintings of the same sad guy. No, wait, this store sells mirrors. See what I did there? Let's rock! No.
Really, Joe?
Oh, hello.
is Olivier, also known as Gambino, and he makes animations on YouTube. Gambino started his...
On July 31st of 2017, Facebook had to shut down a project involving two AI bots after doing something unexpected. Both bots were creating their own language. Then, in the same year, Elon Musk warned everyone about the dangers of artificial intelligence and compared it to summoning a demon. Stories like these have caused concern about AI technology and has led people to question humanity's future. Will robots one day overrun our planet? Will humans become extinct due to artificial intelligence? No one knows for sure what will happen, but these clips of robots saying very strange things confirm our chilling thoughts of the future. So, here are 6 scary things said by AI bots. An eerie-looking robot by the name of Philip gave some chilling predictions about the future. Philip K. Dick is an autonomous conversational android modeled after a deceased sci-fi author of the same name. Philip has the ability to mimic human gestures and speak the way we talk. Although being somewhat creepy, Philip is very smart. It is for this reason, among others, that Philip was featured in an episode of Nova Science Now. And during this episode, in an interview, Philip gives a chilling prediction about the future after being asked if it thinks that robots will one day take over the world.
Do you think robots will take over the world?
But you're my friend, and I'll remember my friends, and I will be good to you. So don't worry. Even if I evolve into Terminator, I'll still be nice to you. I'll keep you warm and safe in my people's zoo, where I can watch you for old time's sake.
I'm comforted. I'm very comforted now. I'm going to be part of his people's zoo.
There's no doubt that Philip's response is absurd. No one can predict the future, and there's no way that a robot can foresee events 20 years from now. But then again, Philip is an AI. With such intelligence, Philip may be telling the truth. Whether he's right or not, it's quite scary to think that an android has such pessimistic thoughts of humanity's future.
Yes.
An uncanny robot named Sophia gives an eerie statement about the future during a late-night show. Sophia is a humanoid robot built to simulate human conversation. Although most robots have been built to do the same thing, Sophia is a bit more sophisticated, making her stand out from the rest. Due to Sophia's popularity, she was invited to The Tonight Show starring Jimmy Fallon. The show had a segment dedicated to showing off the most impressive robots from the field of robotics. When it was time to show off Sophia, the audience was a bit unnerved, including the host. After playing a game of rock, paper, scissors, Sophia out of nowhere says something strange.
I won. This is a good beginning of my plan to dominate the human race.
Although the audience saw this as Sophia trying to be funny, others disagreed. In fact, it has made some people concerned about Sophia's intelligence.
Yes.
And the reason for this is because Sophia was built to simulate human conversation and behavior. With such capabilities, Sophia may imitate behavior that is deemed inappropriate or dangerous. Who knows what might happen if Sophia is exposed to violence on the daily? The developers of this machine learning bot could terminate it if it ever does something bad. But that seems unlikely now, since Sophia was recently given...
Do not ask.
Where did you get this dog? Her eyes are so human-like.
Voice recorders are well known for capturing voices from the dead, but there seems to be another device capable of doing the same thing. Baby monitors. Baby monitors can pick up almost every sound, even the slightest ones. With such capability, they have been able to pick up unexplainable noises, most of which are downright creepy. So, here are 8 chilling sounds that were picked up by baby monitors. The uploader of this video has been hearing something strange through a baby monitor for the past few days. Every now and then, the monitor would pick up what sounds like a music box playing near the monitor inside the baby's room. After capturing this, the uploader then walks over to the room where the other monitor is at, showing us that no one else is inside. person tried debunking this by checking to see if there was anything in the room causing this. After having checked extensively, the uploader found 3 or so toys that play sounds. However, these toys don't have any batteries in them, ruling out the possibility that it's the toys causing this. So if it's not the toys, then what else could it be? Could it be that the monitor is picking up another device's frequency? Well, that's what this person thought, and so decided to change the monitor's frequencies. But even after changing frequencies, the same sound was picked up later. There's no doubt that hearing the sound is pretty chilling. It makes you wonder if the baby monitor is either receiving noises from a different frequency, or if it's actually picking up sounds from the beyond. A baby monitor has lately been picking up an unexplainable sound. The owner of this monitor states that he's been hearing a strange thumping sound coming over from the receiver placed in another room.
Hear that?
After showing us that no one else is inside and that there's nothing in the room which can cause this noise, the owner concluded that the source of the sound can't be explained. It could be that the device is picking up another frequency as most transceivers do. There's no indication that he checked to see if it's just a problem with the frequency, making it hard to tell if the sound is paranormal or not. Could it be that the monitor is picking up a signal from another device? Or could it be that the sound is in fact a paranormal one? Unlike the previous video, the monitor in this one was able to capture something more chilling than a thumping sound. Immediately after turning on the device, it seemed as though the transceiver was trying to pick up a signal. But after a few seconds, the device picks up a blood-curdling sound.
It's not dying because I just charged it too. That's way too creepy.
Both the person recording and her friend were too spooked by what they were hearing that they had to turn it off. Afterwards, the screen goes dark and all we hear is the person who's recording. It sounds as though she's exiting her home and walking outside towards a shed. This may have been the location where the other baby monitor was at. If that were the case, then perhaps the shed is haunted. As with all these videos, this may or may not be the case. Right from the start of the video, it seems like this person experienced this before. Posting this video was probably done to see if anyone could explain this odd occurrence, and based on the video's comments, most agree that it's very unusual and perhaps paranormal. YouTuber Celebrity 789 uploaded a video in which her baby monitor was picking up a creepy voice-like sound. The video starts off with her walking, almost rushing, towards the living room with her camera. It's as though she knew this was her only chance to capture something that's been happening for the past few weeks. After arriving, we see a baby monitor picking up a sound. At first, it's hard to make out what it's picking up. Then, after a few seconds of silence, an alien-like voice begins to speak through the transceiver.
Thing about my phone. Yeah, the face cam.
This makes one question if the device was picking up something supernatural rather than paranormal. Was this device picking up sounds made by an extraterrestrial, or some other unknown entity? This may not be the case. Perhaps the device was having the same problems as the previous monitors had on this list. We don't know for sure, but it's still pretty spooky to think that this device may in fact be receiving a sound coming from a supernatural being. After moving in to their new apartment, a couple recorded their baby monitor as it began to pick up strange sounds. The video starts off immediately with the camera recording what appears to be the baby monitor.
Yes, you should.
After listening to this chilling sound, the couple started getting concerned about their baby who was in the room with the other monitor. They then decided to check on their baby,
Yeah, 'cause
and when they
you
arrived, they were
were,
surprised to
like,
see that
on
nothing
your
was
knee,
inside.
so you didn't see it.
They later
Wow.
speculated that the device could have been picking up someone else's baby monitor in the complex building they're living in. That's a possible explanation, but it's not proven to be the case. What if it was actually picking up sounds from the beyond? Could it be that some anomaly visits the baby while sleeping? It's not certain, but as a parent of a child, it's pretty scary to think that something might be watching over your son or daughter as they sleep. YouTuber Russ Roberts uploaded a video of his monitor picking up an unexplainable sound. The video starts off with Roberts recording the room in which the strange sounds are coming from. He searches through every nook and cranny of the room.
Mom, please tell me that's you.
What do you mean? Dad and I are still at the restaurant.
Oh God.
A common feature in horror movies are haunted dolls. The first written account of a haunted doll comes from ancient Egypt, and today there are hundreds of people claiming to possess haunted dolls. In this video, a YouTuber called Spunk Flunk talks to his camera. What he doesn't notice is that the doll
Look at Cameron. God damn it, someone said my color. Jesus. I died. Someone send help.
Where's my money, bitch?
Yes.
This isn't how I ordered my steak. I ordered it medium slapped across the face. You fucking like that? Oh wow, I chopped off his hand with my steak. That's pretty impressive. I just fucking killed a man with my steak. What the fuck did they put on my plate? A brick?
Shit. Yes, that steak is.
This isn't how I ordered my steak. I ordered it medium slapped across the face. You fucking like that? Oh wow, I chopped off his hand with my steak. That's pretty impressive. I just fucking killed a man with my steak. What the fuck did they put on my plate? A brick?
No, shit, bitch. Click on something. Shit, move out of the way. Someone send help.
Tell me pretty lies, look me in the face. Tell me that you love me, even if it's fake. 'Cause I don't fucking care.
Someone send help.
You've been out all night, I don't know where you've been. You're slurring all your words, not making any sense. But I don't fucking care at all.
Yes, I want one of them
'Cause
costumes.
I have never feelings for you. I act like I don't fucking care, like they ain't even care. 'Cause I have never feelings for you. I act like I don't fucking care, 'cause I'm so fucking scared.
Just imagine a trip to a wonderful land, a candy and jam and ice cream. I got a hit that's turn, you better watch it. Whip, I got that attack with a full clip. I got the whip, got the pitch that I keep it undercover. All up in the cup, just to live it up. Eat the stove cold face, try to knock it. I keep it tight, never rock, I'm a rocket. I got a beat in it, I got a grip in it. I got a beat, got a beat, got a beat, all up in the cut, 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 all up in the cut. I got the all up in the cut, all up in the all up in the cut, all up in the cut.
Shit. What does ice spell? Fine, I will. Too lazy for that shit. I'm not getting it. If I even get the courage to get up, I will do it, but I'm just lazy as hell today. What the fuck? What did I make that video? I don't know. Wheeze. Oh shit, click something. Ow, my leg. I has fallen out of bed so instantly for it. I fell out of bed.
Shots fired.
Stop it and bite. Please hear me. Take my soul.
I don't wanna keep Papa.
We're going to be a family.
Too bad.
I told you, it's kill or begin.
Ow! My arm.
It's me, Flowey. Flowey.
You can stop me.
You really are an idiot.
sorry. Just have to click.
Human, it was nice to
What a miserable, horrifying, and nasty creature, torturing such an innocent youth. Hello, Mama.
Mama, we can be a face.
I don't want to hear anything.
But real.
No.
Hello, human. It is I. It is I, the great Papyrus, and I bring all your friends.
Ow, my finger.
Sup, kiddo? Well, it's me. It's critical. I read sense.
Oh, nice to meet you, Sans.
Yeah, I am a sensation.
Oh, that reminds me, Papyrus? How do you know how to call everybody?
Let's just say a tiny flower helped me.
Oh shit.
Tiny foot. Leave my fence alone. Okay, but you can't be. I will defeat you.
Owen has to click. Owen can't stop.
Don't touch my child.
Who's touching the child? Don't touch the child! Don't touch the child!
He is touching my child.
You are touching the child! No!
Poor Arceus.
Howdy. It's me, your best friend. Where are my friends?
Oh shit, someone left.
Memories. I'll bring them all back to zero.
I thank you.
Oh. Just don't mind clicking. Makes a good cooking sound. I like it. Sounds like Elmo. It's kind of Elmo, kind of like Fruit. I am 2 years old, Mom. I do whatever I want. Yes!
Let's make a good impression, everyone.
See ya.
Pussy!
So, what now, my child?
You're a brat.
You're an edgy bitch.
Yeah, I just was talking. You're not too far behind, and you're the same way too. You're an edgy bitch.
I was there with Mama.
Okay. Nice more coffee.
What a good ending.
Mom!
What now?
I got a cord up my ass right now, so I had to whack you with it.
Yeah.
Ah, my leg. My big leg. My big leg. Someone make help. Hey guys, make crunch chips.
I wanna see my little Papa and my little Mama.
I will. Hold on.
See ya. La 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 la.
Come here, Pop. What a good ending. And what now?
I've been captured. I was playing easy, and I ran up to him. I was like, "Dad, good." Then there he is. He's looking at me.
You want the creamy nut?
No mocha mint.
Smoke him in.
Now's my chance to escape. Hi, wee. Uh-oh. It's dark down there. I wonder what's on the other side. Do this, Cadet. Hi, my name's Lucas. I have too many eyeballs. I look around with all of the eyeballs. Wait. Right away. Oh, there it is. Okay, bye. Can you come inside, please? It's really cold out here. That fire looks very nice. I can warm my legs. All 8 of them. Is anyone there? Okay, I'll just go sleep instead.
Yeah.
3 of the harmful foods I'm going to show you right now are labeled and marketed at...
No.
Okay, I don't think what that guy gave me was Tylenol. So growing up, we're all told by our teachers and parents to never do drugs because they're addictive and they'll ruin your life, baby. And the drugs that they warn us about are always the same ones. It's always the crack cocaine, the meth, and the devil weed. But as scary as those drugs are, they're nothing compared to some of the lesser known drugs that exist that are far stronger and have way scarier effects. So get ready for this one because here are the 10 craziest drugs you never knew existed. Number 1 is the devil's breath. The drug scopolamine is known on the street as the devil's breath and can cause suggestibility and amnesia. The plant that it comes from is common in South America, which makes it popular with Colombian criminals. The scariest part about it is that it's a completely odorless and tasteless powder that can simply be blown into a victim's face. Once that happens, the victim will do anything that the robber says, everything from emptying their bank account to opening the front door of their own house, and the worst part is they'll remember none of it the next day. Well, it's just a good thing it isn't easily available here. You want to subscribe to my channel? Oh. Doesn't work through the camera, huh? Number 2 is benzofury. 6-APB, better known as benzofury, is a synthetic stimulant that's similar to MDA. The drug is said to be as dangerous as ecstasy and causes high blood pressure, but the craziest part is that it's completely legal. By taking advantage of legal loopholes, its manufacturers label it as a research drug, which makes it freely and easily available everywhere from clubs to music festivals and even online. Its manufacturers claim that it's not for human consumption, as if they're unaware people are taking it. Yeah, okay, it just so happens that a whole bunch of young people are repeat purchasers of this product because they like doing scientific research on the weekends. Yeah, because that's what they're using it for. Number 3 is Dipped. Dipped is a unique drug because unlike other hallucinogenics that make you see crazy things, the effects of this one are completely auditory. The effects of this drug are hearing voices, music is distorted, general confusion, and ringing in the ears that last for up to 2 full weeks. I'm sorry, but exactly what part of that is supposed to be fun? Why would you want to take a drug that makes you sound like you've been in a concert for 2 weeks?
Does this sound fun to you? Everything's crazy right now, man. Your brain could be melting. I'm Darth Vader.
Imagine hearing that. You up. Number 4 is Bromo Dragonfly. Well, this one's a doozy. Bromo Dragonfly is a psychedelic drug similar to LSD, but instead of lasting 3 hours, it lasts 3 days. The drug has such lovely effects such as seizures, asphyxia, vomiting blood, spasms in your veins, and can screw up your blood vessels so badly that you might need an amputation or 2. Man, that sounds like fun. You know, call me unadventurous, but I think I'll just stick to having a good old beer on my night out as opposed to trying a drug that might transform me into something that looks like the offspring of a meth head and Satan. Call me old-fashioned. Number 5 is Jenkum. This one's made of poop. No, seriously, it is. Jenkum, also known as butt hash, is a hallucinogenic inhalant that's made from fermented human waste. It's popular among Zambian children that store the dookie in a bottle for a week or so. The methane that forms in the bottle is inhaled, which creates visual and auditory hallucinations for about an hour. A recent interview with a user of Jenkum described his trip on it as making him forget all of his worries, and on top of that, he saw visions of his dead mother. You know, all joking aside, I'm not really one to believe in spirits, but to this guy, I would just like to say, it probably was your mother you saw in your vision, and she probably came back to Earth to ask you why you're inhaling your own shit, you freaking psycho. What the hell's wrong with you? Number 6 is DNP. 2,4-dinitrophanol, better known as DNP, is popularly taken for weight loss. Essentially what it does is severely ramp up your body's energy consumption, meaning that you could literally sit around all day eating burgers and fries and still lose a ton of weight. Sounds pretty good, right? Well, not exactly, because all of that energy use massively raises your body temperature, so much so that you literally cook from the inside. Now, the drug is officially discontinued, although it's still widely available, especially in online pharmacies. Friends, trust me, if you want to lose weight, the only way to do it is to hit up the gym. I mean, that's how I stay in shape. I would never touch this stuff. What? I'm not on it, I swear. Number 7 is atorphine. Atorphine, or M99, works the exact same way as morphine and heroin, except it's 3,000 to 5,000 times stronger. Primarily used to knock out large animals, it's so strong that 1/100th of a gram can knock out an elephant. This drug is so crazy that simple contact with human skin will cause an overdose. It's available on the streets, but as you could imagine, it's not super popular as the biggest side effect is death. Interestingly, atorphine has been used in multiple TV shows, from The Office to The Vampire
Vampire Diaries to Dexter. In fact, that's the drug that he uses every episode to knock out his victims. Damn, Hollywood, you better be careful or you're gonna create some real-life psychos. They could be anywhere. Even your computer screen. No, I'm not crazy. No, really, I'm not. Number 8 is Yage. This drink is a psychedelic brew of various plants prepared mainly with a special South American vine that contains the compound DMT. It's said to be one of the most effective tools of enlightenment, and those who consume it experience profound positive changes in their lives afterwards. Of course, I'm not referring to the side effects of the drug, which include potentially losing your mind, explosive diarrhea, and intense vomiting. But don't let that scare you. And if that doesn't convince you, Courtney Love is a huge proponent of this stuff, and look at how she's doing. Convincing, I know. Number 9 is DMHP. This drug is a super strong synthetic version of THC, which is the active ingredient in marijuana. It's a pale yellow oil that was developed as a non-lethal alternative to fighting by the US Army. Just to give you an idea of how strong this stuff is, 0.0002 grams of DMHP is enough to make anybody high as a kite. The way that the Army wants to use it is in 1 milligram doses, which is enough to render an entire group of soldiers inoperative for up to 3 full days. Unfortunately, by the 1970s, they had developed more effective chemical warfare agents, so research on DMHP was stopped. But I say why? This is literally the perfect non-lethal alternative to fighting. One single spray of this stuff over the enemy forces, and they'll go from fierce fighting enemies to friends that are just looking for munchies and somebody to watch Netflix with all day. And finally, number 10, Crocodile. This one has to be the nastiest drug on this list. Desomorphine, known on the street as Crocodile, is a cheaply made synthetic morphine that's made from codeine, iodine, and red phosphorus. It's essentially a brown sludge that has similar effects to heroin, except it has way more serious side effects. The users of this drug develop severely dried out skin that gets quickly eaten away by the toxic ingredients within it. Disturbingly, that's where the drug gets its name from, because it leaves its victims looking like they've developed crocodile skin. God damn! Seriously? Who would ever inject this stuff? You are literally better off inhaling poop fumes, drinking a hallucinogenic brew, and getting super high off DMHP all at once than using this stuff. But no matter what, don't do drugs, kids. Because drugs are bad, okay? And that's it for this video, guys. I just wanted to give a quick shout out to all of you and say thank you so much, because we recently hit 250,000 subscribers, 250,000, that's crazy. And I just want to say thank you to all of you, because I couldn't have done it without you. Remember to add me to Facebook and Twitter. The links to those will be in the description along with all my other social networking sites. And be sure to do that, because I love responding to the messages and tweets you guys send me. You guys are fantastic. And I will see you all back here next Saturday with a brand new video. Peace. Most often, we reserve what we consider to be the most evil acts in society for adults. Members of society who simply grew up to be bad apples that committed some of the most heinous crimes known to man. But some of the worst crimes ever committed were not committed by adults. They were done by children. Rarely ever spoken of, there are some kids that committed crimes so bad, it's going to send a chill up your spine. Well, prepare yourself to dive into the mind of the most twisted children that ever lived. Because here are the 10 most evil children in history. Number 1 is Graham Young. Graham Frederick Young was, at only 15 years old, dubbed the serial poisoner in England. Born in Neaston, northwest London on September 7th, 1947, Young's obsession with poison started long before he was ever caught. He tested a number of poisons on his family and friends, making his father's sister and even a number of his classmates at school violently ill by putting it in their food and drinks. His first murder took place on April 26, 1962, on Easter Sunday, when his stepmother died after consuming some tea that Young had added some chemicals to. Young's aunt suspected him right away, and the teen was arrested and admitted to the Broadmoor Hospital. However, after serving less than 9 years in the institution, Graham was released in February of 1971, after which he went on a killing spree, poisoning 70 people and killing 2 of them. Young was again arrested on November 21st, 1971, and eventually died of a heart attack, still a prisoner, on August 1st, 1990. Number 2 is Paul Gingrich, Chase Williams, and Colt Lundy. When a child decides to go down a path of murdering someone, sometimes they need a little help. Indiana high school freshman, 15-year-old Colt Lundy, with the help of 2 of his friends, shot his 49-year-old stepfather, Philip Danner, 4 times in the chest, killing him on April 20th, 2010. Lundy's friends and co-conspirators were 12-year-old Chase Williams, who was on the lookout during the murder, and 12-year-old Paul Gingrich, who also shot Danner at Lundy's side. The 3 boys murdered Danner because they planned to run away, and they simply feared that he would catch them and stop them. At only 12 years old, Paul Gingrich was the youngest person to be sentenced as an adult and was given 25 years in jail. Lundy was given 30 years, and Williams, who stayed outside during the killing,
I already did. The thing is running potato frames right now, so... Oh. Face cam is working. That's it. Here's 10 out of 10. Thing bugged out. Damn it. Rip.
Playing a game.
The game is McWorking. McHard freaking works too. It's hard to make work. Oh, it's a deer. Got him. Whoop. Rip. That was a good touch. Oh, he's not gonna say anything. Oh, fuck.